Welcome back, my friends, to the Psychic Next Door. For those of you that are new to my channel, welcome. And those of you that have been with us throughout the duration, we are so grateful for you. My name is Rayla, and I am a psychic medium. All of the readings you will see on my channel and otherwise are spirit-led. I simply use the tarot as a tool for additional insights and clarity. Please take a moment to subscribe and like to my channel. It allows readings to reach those who are in much need of messages from spirit. Also, make sure to check out your yearly readings for 2025. I dropped those in the last few weeks. They are jam-packed with some excellent messages and predictions coming your way. All right, let's dive into your reading, my beautiful Leo friends. This reading will pertain to the next 4 to 6 weeks. However, timing is fluid, so this can resonate with you now or later in the coming months. But it's always good to see a bit of a snapshot of what's coming. Now, I will tell you, when I was meditating on your sign prior to starting this reading, I was feeling quite serious. It's like the mood changed. So I'm not sure, those of you appear to be, there's a collective group of you that appear to be in a state of seriousness. A decision has to be made. You've kind of reached perhaps the pinnacle of a situation in a relationship or your career or just a friendship, perhaps a relationship that you're having with a family member that's kind of reached its pinnacle, or it's kind of been escalating up until this point. So let's see what Spirit has in addition to that. But that came through pretty strongly for you guys. So we're just going to dig in and see what details Spirit has for you all. Okay. So the first 2 cards are basically confirming the feelings and the visions that I was having prior to starting your reading, okay? Something is coming to a head, which is why the Judgment card has appeared. Something is going to reveal itself. Perhaps, it looks as though, and they're kind of wanting me to kind of read these cards together, okay? So it looks as though you've either been battling a situation for quite some time, or you've been dormant and quiet about it, kind of, I don't want to say repressing it, but keeping it to yourself, perhaps not vocalizing your thoughts and your feelings on a situation, and that day has come. They're showing me an individual, basically, and it kind of depicts a mood, okay? They're showing me an individual who's kind of like slouched over, kind of crouched over, just kind of keeping to themselves, not wanting to ruffle any feathers. And I'm hearing the phrase, enough is enough. So you've reached the head on a certain situation, my friends, okay? They're also sharing with me that during this period of you speaking up, of you moving forward, standing up for yourself, you're going to be tapped in more so to your intuition. So in our lives, when we have blockages or we are overly stressed, we can't really connect to our intuition as much as we'd like. We can't really connect with that higher level. We could get bits and pockets and pieces of things they may be wanting to convey to us, but when your mind is cluttered and you're so overwhelmed, it's very hard for you to connect to your intuition. They're showing me a visual of someone like taking, it's almost like a sledgehammer, and there's like a brick red wall, and they're just taking to it until they bring that wall down. And bringing that wall down and solving this issue, okay, that you've had. And for some of you, it's showing me that the issue stems from 2024. So it kind of lingered into 2025, if you will. once you stand up and once you make a change, all right, to make this situation better, you're going to be able to connect with your intuition. And it's almost like you're going to have a little bit of a sigh of relief, right? Because once you make one of those difficult decisions and you make a move that perhaps maybe you wouldn't have done so in the past, there's a relief. It's like a piece of a weight that you have been carrying for so long is kind of like, it's like chopped down a level, if that makes sense. And I'm seeing these visuals, so I'm kind of trying to share with you what I'm getting. It's kind of like you're coming from a 10 to a 7, right? A 6.5. When you get beyond this situation, all right, when you've taken the steps to handle it, to put it behind you, to confront it, your intuition is going to be opening up a bit of a new world for you. So this card, this Two of Pentacles, they're wanting me to convey two messages for you here. You've been juggling a whole lot, okay? And perhaps you are cleaning out what no longer serves you. But they're also sharing with me that this has to do with opportunities, right? I don't know if you could see this card, but they're highlighting it for me. He's standing in some water, and it looks as though he's kind of ruffled some feathers, right? It's not calm, easygoing waters. He's kind of ruffled up the feathers, if you will. And in doing so now, he, she, I mean, it's gender is irrelevant here. It's more of a feeling of a go-getter, okay? You're receiving two options that, because of this situation, you couldn't see. Also, they're showing me another part of this is that when you connect with your intuition, you're going to see options that you hadn't seen before, right? It's kind of like a bit of a new you is emerging, and you're seeing things for what they are. You're seeing more opportunities that are present. It's more like you're taking a positive look on things, and in doing so, opportunities arise, right? When you become grateful and thankful for things in your life, and you kind of shift that negative thinking to positive, okay, even if it's pockets and moments of it, right, to where it becomes a habit, things become more clear. Opportunities show up more so than they did in the past for you, okay? And that's where this Knight of Wands kind of stands for you. So the Knight of Wands in this situation, you're not afraid to go to battle. You're not afraid to stand in your power. See, once you've stood up for yourself here, and they're showing me more visuals, so we're just going to keep touching upon this because this is a major theme for you guys here in the next 4 to 6 weeks or so. Perhaps at work, you've been overlooked for a promotion. Perhaps there's an individual at your job that's been causing some problems, right? You're going to nip this in the bud. You're going to stand up for yourself in a professional and respectful way, right? Excuse me. Perhaps some of you have been battling some relationships at home. Kids, grandkids, even cousins, distance cousins, just different type of family members, right, that have been really causing a bit of a chaos, but you're going to kind of remove them, all right? You're going to have less contact. It doesn't show that you're going no contact. At your own benefit, you're just going to minimize the contact, right? And that's going to alleviate your situation, all right? Now, as you continue through your journey, all right, throughout the next 4 to 6 weeks or so, they're highlighting the Two of Pentacles and the Moon. They want me to kind of give you a little caveat, a little reminder that things aren't always what they seem. So for an example, if an opportunity presents itself, let's say you put your resume together, right? You say, I'm worth more than this. I'm going to take the bull by the horns. I'm going to apply to things that I've always wanted to apply to, but I've kind of been nervous in doing so, or changing careers or changing sectors. There may be opportunities that you come across during this time that are too good to be true. All right, so this is just Spirit's way of saying that when you're out there and you're in boss mode and you're looking at opportunities, if an opportunity is too good to be true, If they're hiring you without an interview, if there's no human resources department, if you're just getting a letter saying you were hired and you didn't interview, right? You just filled out this little application. Guys, something is really fishy there. Okay, something is really fishy there. Make sure you're diving deep, okay, into whatever these sectors are, these companies. Kind of do some research. Make sure they're valid, that you know people work there. You know, there's plenty of websites that kind of give opinions on different companies and job titles. See what they pay. You know, if somebody says, oh yeah, this is going to be $80 an hour, right? 40 hours a week. And you're only going to have to work like 10 hours a week to get the full salary, let's just say, right? No, guys, no. Okay, that's the best way I can tell you. No. Your situation, my dear friends, whether it be in relation to a relationship or a career or an opportunity you just want to take a chance on, you're going to have to work hard, okay? And these are the two cards that are being highlighted now for this situation. You're going to have to be focused. You're going to have to be dedicated. All right? This card is highlighting your mind and your intellect and what you have. It's like what you're capable of. And it's, again, you're sort of selling yourself short, which is strangely why it's kind of reverting to the Eight of Cups. It's kind of bringing this card into it, right? The Eight of Cups in this particular reading, it's basically showing an individual who is looking for better days, right? You've done things in your life and your career and your relationships and things of that nature that perhaps have served you well. But you know deep down there's something that is meant for you that perhaps you haven't tapped into. Perhaps you've kind of been a little scared, you know, for a better term, on taking a chance. But it's kind of been gnawing at you, right? You know you have a lot more to offer than what you're currently giving. Again, whether that be in your business, career, relationship, okay? Or just in general. It's like they're kind of wanting to highlight a little bit of your life's purpose here. That's why the Page of Swords, I think, keeps getting highlighted. And I'm seeing this little light up here. I'm not sure if you could see it on the card. I'll bring them down here so you could see them a little bit better. But the Page of Swords is kind of like wanting to point out that you haven't quite tapped into what you're meant to do or what you're meant to be, right? Perhaps you've already had a wonderful career. You've been in your career for some time, but there's something missing. You have a little more to give. You just feel like you haven't met your life's purpose. You're wondering, is this it? Okay, you're at the Eight of Cups moment, right? We've got to get rid of some of these things that are in the way, all right? Judgment and Seven of Wands. You have to shave off what no longer serves you. Perhaps some of you are juggling way too much and don't have time. You know, you don't have the time and attention it takes to dig into what you really want to do. It's time to start delegating, all right? One of the best methods, and they're showing me a really quick drawing, is for you to take a sheet of paper and outline your day, all right? Now, if your schedule changes daily or weekly, you know, you have to adjust accordingly. But the goal here is the goal that Spirit is wanting to share with you is that look at your day. Where could you find time? Where could you give this some attention? All right, that you haven't been able to do so thus far. Think about also, Spirit is doing one of these contemplating visions for me. Think about where you are at right now in your life. All right? Age is irrelevant. Okay? And Spirit just really wants me to hone in on that age thing because so many of you feel like it's too late. I mean, some of you are in your 30s and 40s and thinks, oh, it's too late to change, or 50s, 60s, and 70s. It's not too late, my friends, until we are no longer here. Do you know what I'm saying? It's only too late when we are no longer opening our eyes every day. Until then, There is time and attention you can put forth. All right? And they're showing me that card. It's actually in another deck where it's of an older individual, an older gentleman, okay? And he's got white hair and he's looking back on his life. And he's thinking to himself, why didn't I take that chance? Why didn't I just go for it? Okay? So there might be moments and times of contemplation here also in the next few weeks of you really kind of digging deep and saying, you know what? It's now or never. I got to give this a try. And it doesn't mean you have to leave. You know, if you're currently employed, of course you have to pay the bills and all that. But it doesn't mean you can't make time and attention for this. All right? And they're flashing the year 2026 to me in 2027. For some of you, you're going to so take the bull by the horns, okay, on this life purpose, on your next chapter, and you won't be doing what you currently do for a living come next year this time. So if that gets you excited, if that really puts a fire under you, that's what Spirit wants. Okay? That's what Spirit wants for you. Find out why you were meant to be here. All right? And do something about it. Leo, you're a fire sign. If anyone can do it, it's you. All right? We're going to draw 2 more cards, okay? I'm going to draw a Spirit Animal Oracle card, and then I have another Oracle deck that I love to use. Spirit wants us to throw out a couple more messages for you guys before we end this reading. And your Spirit Animal Oracle card is out. All right. Your card is Hawk, Spirituality. Fly above and beyond your day-to-day thoughts to observe them from a bird's eye view. Quieting the mind and detaching from your thought patterns puts you in a better position to take in messages from your spirit guides. What did we say at the beginning of the reading? The High Priestess. You're about to tap into your intuition once you clear some of this rubbish out. And only you know what the rubbish is that you have to clear out, right? In order to do that, you're going to be taking a turn. You're going to be taking a turn in your life, and it looks like some pretty amazing things could be headed your way. But again, my beautiful Leo friends, you have to take that action. You have to take that action to make it happen. All right. All right, and the other oracle card that we have drawn is Comfort. How can you bring more comfort into your life? You can increase your comfort through tangible things such as soft clothes and food, and intangible things such as thinking loving thoughts about yourself and inviting peace into your heart. Inviting peace into your heart. My beautiful Leo friends, you got to make this happen in order to get to this side of it, all right? Thank you for being here today, and we'll see you soon.